St Town 1, AFC Totton 3. A really, really odd game. I'm trying to think of talking you through it or asking you. Talking you through it or asking you what it's about, and I'm not stunned by the result. I don't know. I don't think we've done too much wrong. Do you?
No, I don't think we. I think we got suckered maybe into playing a style of football which we're not used to. Our game, as you know, is about getting the ball down and passing and playing, and the game seemed to get really stretched. They obviously play a typical Southern Premier way, which is what I've seen of it, getting the ball into channels, playing long, missing the midfield out. And we sort of got suckered into playing a very similar style today, rather than using the width, rather than using our passing game, which we normally really good at.
Yeah, well, the first half, let's go to the first half. First half we got off to a good start, a nice passing movement. Steph got a goal. We could have had a couple more goals. And even though they were big and strong, the opposition, and played that game, we were very, very comfortable first half, weren't we? We
were, that's what we said at half-time. Although we were comfortable in the game, we didn't really think that we took a grip of the game, and we didn't think we stamped our authority on it like we can do. Obviously, we've had some fantastic performances this season. We're on a great roll. What we said to them at half-time, we just need to up our game, not get suckered into playing the long ball, get the ball down, pass the ball, and pass around them, and we only needed to up that game that we had in the first half by 5–10%, and we'd have probably killed them off, but it didn't seem to materialise. We seemed to, again, second half, get suckered into what they were trying to do. They were missing our midfield out. We found it very hard to get Jay on the ball today in the centre of the park, and as a result of that, we found it very hard to get into the wide areas and get the ball to both Dan and Louis.
Yeah, because you know, if we'd got the second goal, I think we would have blown them away. It's a silly statement, but it's actually true. I think we got the second goal, they would have had to really think about what they had to do. But they stuck to their game plan, which was, as you say, into channels, tough at the back, work very hard in the middle. I think we lacked getting the balls to the wings, as you said, and even when we got them to the wings and we got round the back of them, we were hanging balls, and you can't do that against big defenders like that who are facing the ball.
We said that at half time. We said the way that they set out, obviously they've got two big centre halves, they've got one big striker. They set out in the same way as a lot of teams will set out in this league. They're set out for teams playing long ball against them. They've got two centre halves that are primarily there just to win the ball and head it back down your throat. And unfortunately, we did get suckered into doing that a little bit too often today. We've got obviously two fellas up front who any team in this league would love to have, but there's a certain way of playing with both Steph and Ben up front, and
we never done it.
And it's getting the balls into their feet, it's getting players around them around the box. But we didn't. We played too long into them to start with, and it's a very hard ball to, you know, against big centre halves. They were just knocking the ball back down our throats. I didn't feel that. I felt the game got really stretched. I felt maybe we were a little bit too deep to start our starting position as a back four. So when the balls did go to the strikers, we were too far off to pick second balls off them. Yeah,
we could. Yeah, and that was evident. You know, with Folly and Jay weren't picking up enough of the ball. But you know, that's because we were playing too deep and didn't get close up a bit. And you know, I thought, looking from my side, from where I was, I thought they had two good banks of four the other side, and one of the things they were clever at, that little number 10, I don't know who he was very, very clever at getting in between our two midfield and our back four, and he was dropping in that little pocket and picking it up, and especially first half caused us a lot of problems, didn't he?
He certainly did, and he's one that we pointed out, and we said what they were going to try and do. Obviously we had the lead at half time, and we said where we need to be very, very careful is that one ball over the top, because he had a little bit of pace. He was dropping in the hole, and then he was spinning and turning in behind our centre backs. And we said that was the one ball that we were going to have to watch in the second half. And obviously that's how they scored their first goal. One ball over the top. He a little bit lively, and they had a player spinning behind our centre backs, which, you know, we have to be careful of.
You know, we're disappointed. We're not upset. We're a little bit disappointed. And you know, I didn't think we played bad at all. We just made some of the wrong decisions now and then. But I've looked at some of the results of today and again in this league. You know, there's some odd results which you wouldn't have expected. So we can move on now to Hemel. You know, we're learning all the time. I think the addition of Gavin made a big difference, because I think, to be honest with you, I think without having that height today, we would have had even more problems, wouldn't we?
Gavin's a strong centre back. We've all known Gavin from local football over the last sort of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, even, if you like. Yeah. I remember when he was a young kid, first of all coming through at Bedford Town before he got his move to Cambridge United. Gavin is a very good centre half at this level. He's the type of centre half you need. He's big and strong in the air. He's also no slouch on the floor. He's very, very quick as well. Yeah. And he's ideal for us. And the thing is, also, he can play football. He can play football, and so he'll fit into what we're doing very, very nicely.
Yeah, and that's a good plus for today. And you know, I was just speaking to Ben Mackey's dad, and he's saying, the same as me, I looked at the side on paper and I thought, this is a very, very good side, and I still haven't changed my mind, and I doubt if you'll change your mind. It's still a very, very good side, and you know, it's not a divine right to win. And you know, today I can't say we played poorly, because I'm not sure we played poorly. I just think we made a few wrong. The players made a few wrong decisions, but there again, that's what happens in football, isn't it?
It is. That's what we said to them after the game today. Is let's not be too negative about what we've done, because we've been on a great run. We've had 5, 6 wins on the trot now. We've played against a lot of good sides in that time. There's going to be no easy. Let's make no bones about it. There's going to be no easy games in this league this season. You will get 1 or 2 freak results every now and again. We've just got to make sure that we bounce back from it on Tuesday night, because we're more than capable of passing most teams in this league off the pitch. Yeah, and talking about, you know, freak results or whatever, no disrespect to AFC Totton, the first goal was, I don't know, it just come out, Geezer whacked it back, 2 guys turned, and whether there was offside or not, swung his foot, it went in, and everyone was looking at each other, and that was a freak. And the second one, it was a great finish. It was a good finish. He cut in and it came off. Dougie nearly got it and helped it in. But the third one was a good goal. Oh, sorry, the third goal. The third one was. The second one was like a, it was like a ping pong machine. I think it bounced off of the back of Gav, bounced off of Dougie and went in. I thought it was more of an own goal, to be honest, than anything else. And you could see how elated they were. But you know, the third goal was a good goal. But there again, that's after,
You know,
that's when we were stretched. We changed it.
Yeah, we changed it, and you know, all credit to us. You know, we take a centre half on, put a midfielder, and we try and go. We're either going to get beat or we're going to try and get a point out of it. We're not going to wait for a lucky break. So you know, that's the name of the game, and that's what we done, wasn't it?
It was, and yeah, we changed the systems with about 20 minutes to go, because we felt that we had to try and do something different to break them down. Yeah. They were, as you said earlier, they had 2 banks of 4, very, very difficult to break down. So we thought we'd change it a little bit, put 3 up top. We went 3 at the back in the end, and we just tried to change it that way, and maybe try and get a little bit more width into our game. But
yeah, and we had a lot of the ball in that. In that last quarter of the game, we had a lot of the ball, but we were just breaking it out. And maybe we were on the hurry, trying to get the goal, snapshots, this and that, and maybe a little bit more patience in future. You know, it only takes 30 seconds to score a goal, and a bit more patience, and we might have even got it. A
little bit more composure in the final third. Yeah, I think we probably would have got something out of the game. If we'd have got that second goal though, when we were 1-0 up, I think that'd have killed them off.
Yeah, I think we would have got it out of sight. But anyway, look, you know, we're learning in this league. We're learning anybody can beat anybody. Let's move on to Tuesday. We've got a tough away game against Hemel. I think they snatched a 1-0 win today.
They've been going well as well.
Hemel's going well. Yeah, you know, they were bottom or what we previewed last year, and now they're up there at the top as well. So let's get onto that game. We get on to Hemel, as much support as we can, please, everyone. And then we're going to move on to next Saturday's game against Bournemouth, which we know all about in the FA Cup. So come and support us on that. And hey, it's 6 games into the season.
6 games into the season, as you say. Great game against us. Great time to play one of the top teams on Tuesday night after a defeat today. We tend to play better against the better sides as well. There's no question about that. At times, when teams try and play football against us, and when we're playing against the better sides, we really turn it on, like we did against Cambridge City, like we have done in the past. And Boreham Wood will also suit us, because they will want to play football in the same way as we'll try and play football. And when teams try and play football against us, we're as good as anybody.
Yeah, well, I've seen us many times, and even last season, teams put 2 banks of 4 against us, and with our forwards, we've got to get round the back. There's no other way of us playing unless we get round the back, because once they've got 2 banks of 4 defending, you're not going to go through the middle, are you?
You either get round the back of them, or you can slip little balls down the sides to both Steph and Ben, because they're both obviously quality strikers and they've got that in their locker as well.
Yeah.
But what we can't do, as we did today at times, was go a little bit too long into them.
A bit long, snappy. Yeah. Think of what we do. So anyway, we'll work on that. Bad luck today. A nice sunny day. We didn't play bad, and it's very hard to even have a conversation, because before I brought you out there, I thought, I don't know what I can say, because I don't think we played bad. I think we come up against a well-organised side. I'm not going to say they're a particularly good side, and I thought we could have blown them out of sight if we got the second goal, but that's football, as we say. So let's move on to Tuesday and see if we can not improve, just see what we can get out of Tuesday.
Exactly.
All right, mate. Cheers.
All right, cheers.